We're joined now by Morley Safer from his office in New York. Tell me about your life. You know, I imagine you in a perpetual state of jet lag, but am I just buying the 60 Minutes idea that you're always on the road?
Well, we are, all of us. I am certainly almost always on the road. But I think you are either in a permanent state of jet lag or you're immune to jet lag. I don't know which.
Have you been surprised how successful your show's become and how it's maintained that success, that people haven't grown tired of it or moved on to something else as they so often do?
Well, with one part of my brain, I'm surprised, and that's because this kind of thing is not supposed to succeed by all the wisdom of commercial television. With a very small part of my brain, I'm surprised. With a larger part of my brain, I'm not surprised. We all work very hard. We have very good people around here. I think we are all, and I include myself, very good at what we do. Why shouldn't something, we get paid a lot of money, we spend a lot of money getting it right, why shouldn't something like that succeed?
Has the success of the show presented some problems, though, in terms of the high profile of its correspondents? I guess half the time you could show up for an interview and you're more important or successful or well-known than your subject, so you could become the subject very easily yourself.
No, that's not true. It's not a question of becoming the subject. I think that you win some and you lose some in that respect, in that, sure, you're a visible person, and people get funny with visible people, on the one hand. On the other hand, people answer your phone calls when you're visible. So you get a lot of people you might not otherwise get because of the success of the broadcast and because of your own visibility. And on balance, I think you win because of that visibility.
But is it a problem? Do you think you have too much power because you're Morley Safer?
No, I don't think I have any power at all. I think there's a myth about the power of journalism. I don't think we have much power, and I don't think we have very much influence.
But people would argue that certainly when it came to the Vietnam War, you had or certainly did influence, and you probably did change. You're credited with leading the vanguard against the war with your reports from Vietnam.
I think that's slightly overstating the case, frankly.
How do you see it?
I think we have the power. Television journalism generally has the power to inform. In terms of the influence of journalism about the Vietnam War, there's no question there was, but that was over probably near 8 or 9 years, and that was the cumulative effect of a lot of television, an awful lot of newspaper journalism, and an awful lot of activism by the electorate.
Do you still maintain your Canadian citizenship?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
I confess it's not out of any conviction. It's one of those, I don't have to change it, so why change it? I suppose if I had some conviction about these things, I would either change it and tell you why, because of this strong conviction, because I live here, I should be an American citizen, or I will never change, I'm proud of that blue passport, and blah, blah, blah. Neither happens to be the case. I am what I am. There is no compelling reason to change it. Generally speaking, I don't think, I think that journalists should have their passports taken away from them at birth and provided with some kind of laissez-passer that works anywhere, so that you don't have any jingoistic loyalties to any flag or passport.
Do you think of yourself as a Canadian who's made it?
As a Canadian who's made it? No, I don't think of myself as a Canadian who's made it. I'm a fairly confident man about myself and what I do. I don't know that I've made it. What does made it mean?
Done well, accomplished, succeeded.
Oh, I live quite comfortably. As long as I keep working, my family doesn't have to worry about food or education or all those things that are the first concerns of most people.
So for the moment, you just think, I'll keep doing this, I'll keep going. I have to work?
Well, I've just signed a piece of paper with CBS that compels me to do it for another 5 years. So at least for 5 years. When I'm pushing 60, I'll have to make that decision yet again about what I'm going to do.
Well, they'll probably make that decision for you. Thanks very much for joining us today. We appreciate your time.
Right.